today's video and today's interview is a little bit different. I'm gonna actually be interviewing one of my cousins who he had a incident with police brutality. So I know I usually do interviews about talking about God and everything like that, but social justice and just fighting for like people that got my skin color. It's a very big kind of thing. You know what I mean? So basically, we're just going to be talking about his experience. We're going to be discussing that, and I'm just going to be asking him a couple questions about how he felt during the whole experience. Like, he had this experience with the police. He was getting on the bus to go back home from his swim meet, I believe. And cuz I see you, cuz I'm let you join in a second. But he was just getting on the bus, and there was an incident that was going on in that area where I guess somebody had did something, and they were looking for a suspect. So the police, they came, and they just like tackled him to the ground and did all this other crazy stuff. And he'll explain it better than I can. So but yeah, with that being said, police brutality, it definitely is a real issue that needs to be addressed. It needs more attention, especially in the Christian community. So, cuz, I'm gonna let you join. I'm gonna let you in here. Okay. Come on. Yo, what's up, cuz?
How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, thank you for coming on with me, being willing to talk about this.
Of course.
Yeah, so I'll just give a little backstory, of as far as us. Now, Jaylan, he's not we're not exactly like close cousins, but we are blood related, And basically, I remember meeting you one time at my grandma's house, at our grandma's house, and it was like we just clicked like that. And I think that was like the last time that I seen you, in person. So yeah, did you have anything that you want to, share?
I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, you do your swimming and everything like that. So could you just give a little introduction as to, who you are and what you do?
Well, name's Jaylan. I don't go by Jaylan too much, but I say that out loud. I usually go by just past couple of years.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I swim, and I do a whole bunch of stuff in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen this one video where you had like a watermelon in between your legs, and then you were just you laughing about it, but yeah, you were just like pressing on the watermelon, and it just busted, like exploded.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this dude, he on another level. So yeah, man. So any other information that you feel that you need to share, or backstory about yourself? I'm not trying to so I'm not trying to force it on you. But I'm just trying to give opportunity for everybody to speak. I do that with all my guests.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So could you talk about that incident that you had with the police, that I was, talking about where they, could you give the backstory to it?
So to sum it all up, we were making our way back from our conference championship meet, and we had just crossed over, and we had stopped the bus. Everyone pretty much got off the bus, like stretch your legs.
Right. Prior
to that, we all saw the area, like shutting down the highway on the opposite side. So we were in the area, stuff like that. So it didn't come in like a surprise. So I got off the bus, stretched my legs, stuff like fresh air after being on the bus for about maybe 11 hours straight. Showing that we were. And then I went to go take a picture of our team Instagram, and next thing is met with 4 or 5 squad cars coming down the highway, and the rest of the story kind of just placed into you probably would never see or hear about in a day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I guess the individual coming out alive. For my situation, I was very lucky to walk out and be able to tell my own side of the story. But they did a whole bunch of just things that were out of the order, out of character, not really within the rightful reasons of law. I didn't ever the thought them racist never crossed my mind. I thought that they were high stakes when everything went down. Backstory was they were looking for an active shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see them being a little on edge, stressed out, into stuff like that nature. So I did give them the benefit, just which they also did find out later on afterwards. They realized it's the same.
Yeah. So you're saying that you don't believe personally that it was because of your skin color, that it wasn't skin color related, or
my skin color probably had a good reason behind it, something to influence the decisions. I don't think it was based. I don't think they went into it and just only saw someone of color and just decided to do that.
Yeah, because I understand, especially with race now and all the situations that happen as of recent, I know a lot of people they would, they will most definitely point that too because of your race. So I definitely respect you for acknowledging their side too. But what I believe is just that they've gotten so comfortable with just abusing their power. You know what I mean? Just doing things that they're not really supposed to do, but since, it's been a continuous cycle of them just getting off and things like that, they just feel the leeway to go and do things like that. So, yeah. It's unfortunate that happened to you. And I just want to say that I'm sorry that did happen to you. Just on their behalf, I'm not white, but, if I was, somebody that was, Caucasian, I would be like, man, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Not all white people are bad, but there are some who don't acknowledge, the inflictions that we receive because of being black. So, yeah. Do you feel I was just reading your story and I saw how they said that they were going to blow your like brains out or something like that. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, they did say that. It's more so of like some things you got to take with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, that's what I kind of took it as. Afterwards, more so like, you know, do I try to admit and try to stay in the same, or what they said was messed up and what they did, or do I try to find a way to like just overlook it and then trying to put myself as best as possible? I can give myself kind of closure. Because I don't think I'll ever be able to fully understand the whole situation that happened. But if I'm able to like be like half of it, or even like a quarter of like what they were probably thinking in those moments, then I feel like I'd be.
Wait, could you say that again? Like, you say you think you will be what?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Something like, I think something's going on with the sound. But, yeah, I mean, I can hear you and I can understand you, but it's just kind of like, interfering. But, so like, what were your thoughts just, like, when that happened, like, what were your thoughts that were like, some of the thoughts that were like going through your brain in that moment?
I didn't really have any. I look back on it, kind of like I always tell this part, it's kind of like a box that like I don't have the key to open up, like, of thoughts and like memories of what happened. It's like I fall so far down mentally that if I try to think about it, I'll be able to. I do know, like, in those very like few moments, I don't think I had any thoughts whatsoever. It was more so just like kind of like an out of body experience. Just kind of like watching happen, and then everything felt like it was moving slow, like time, like it was standing still. Yeah, that's the only couple thoughts I have about it. If I can like remember, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, wow. You said you compared that to like an out of body experience. That's major, man, because I know personally for me, because I got stopped by the cops one time, and they were just I was just walking home, and I was walking home from the bus stop, and I decided, like, in my mind, I said I'll just try to take a little shortcut, to get home faster so I could do my homework and go on here to work. But the thing was, it was just that, like, when I decided to cut through the park, and you know how parks have those like trailways where you could walk on, that people are supposed to like actually walk on. So I was walking on that, and my backpack had like a malfunction in it, or like the strap just like broke. So I stopped, and I was trying to fix that. And I was a little bit by the grass where, some people's backyards were, but I was nowhere near their fence. So, I just, after that I fixed it, I kept on walking. And then I saw, like a cop car. And then like where I was walking from, it was a dead end. So it was like a dead end here, and I was walking out from that dead end. So I saw the cop car, and I'm just looking, and he's driving towards the dead end. So I'm just like, okay. And so I knew in my mind that he would have to turn back around. And I knew when he would turn back around that he was going to stop me. So I said, okay. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. He got out, and he started giving me all these different questions. And I'm just like, he asked me if I was in anybody's backyard. I'm like, no, sir, I wasn't in anybody's backyard. And he just said, well, we got a phone call that, you were in somebody's backyard. So I look, and there's all these different cop cars that's just pulling up. So I said, okay. And then, he was just giving me all these different questions. He's like, why are you coming back, through this way? And I'm just answering him. And I'm scared, like, I'm stuttering and stuff, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, oh my gosh, he probably won't think I'm guilty, because I'm nervous in this moment, so I'm stuttering. So to basically sum up that story, they didn't touch me or anything like that. But he was just like, stay out of people's backyards. And I'm like, I wasn't in anybody's backyard. But, that's just the way it is.
It usually kind of happens. Like, had a couple instances of like minor, I should say, incidents like that, where it's just kind of like they try to like get you to just comply, like not comply, but get you to say you actually didn't do, and
that's up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just the kind of world that we live in. That's just the kind of world that we live in, unfortunately, for as a black man. But I'm not trying to play the race game or anything like that. But I never really heard of a white person say something like that or have an experience like yours. So, yeah. So, wait, is it true? So, is it true that they refused, like, after they, like, cuffed you up and everything like that, and they put you in the car, and then they realized that you moved the person? So it's true that they didn't let you go after that, right? Information.
No, so after the place in the car, they needed, I guess they wanted to like get proof from my coaches or whatever the case may have been. And then I needed to, after that, they the handcuffs, and then I was able to go back to the bus. But we weren't able to leave until I showed like proof of my action.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then after that, we were able to go.
Yeah. Okay. So what, like, how did this experience from the police officers, how did that make you see police officers from that point on? Did it stay the same or did it change in a way?
It stayed the same. I mean, I think I've always, because I remember real young kid, I remember I wanted to be either a police officer, one of the two.
Okay.
And it didn't really hate or give me any, like bad blood towards me. And I think if anything, it made me weirdly see things at a bigger, broader experience in a way, like things on a different scale. So I think the experience helped me in my next couple of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So is there anything that you like? Is there any way of that, like, in your mind that you had to that you came to that mindset, or was that just like a natural thing for you?
I don't know. I'm still, even now, almost 3 years. Still, almost 3 years later, I'm still kind of like processing everything and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's still adjusting to the new mindset that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I think that over time, it definitely was easier. In the beginning, it wasn't. And I think I shut down maybe once every day. It was just like a split where I just went on and closed myself off, and then got easier, things open up. I was able to move on a lot.
Yeah, so basically, kind of like what you're saying is that you will go through these little phases of different thoughts and different thought process.
Yeah.
Is that what you? Yeah. Man, so what did you do to overcome that? Was there a certain thing that you did, or a certain way that you had to train your mind to just try to put that in the bag, or did you or did it just come naturally?
I say a little bit of both. I guess I've always been like kind of in that mindset. You know? But like, I'm also a big like I bury things, so I never like about stuff. I get thing and then like it's bothering me. They need to try to help me. So I used to just. So I think that's kind of where I'm up. And then I don't know, doing that, burying stuff and not talking about it forces you to find something else to let thoughts out. And that's when I found fitness, and the rest kind of is history. I go into the gym 3 hours a day, work out.
And 3 hours a day?
It gets pretty.
Wow. So you would say that like your fitness journey, because you like, yeah, I seen some pictures of you. You pretty, you know what I mean? You got them guns on you. You know what I'm saying? So, but would you say that is like a way for you to cope from that situation, or yeah, it is?
Most definitely. I feel like if I don't go. My thing is, and it's not healthy, and I don't recommend this for anybody out there. For me, I always say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But
yeah, my mom told me that.
Yeah, so if it's not broke, I go to the gym maybe on average 20 to 25 times out of a month. I'm in the gym, so I miss maybe 10, 11 days, somewhere in the gym. That's about it. And the days that I don't go are the days where my body's too, wore out to continue to sleep that entire day. But it like going to the outlet tire my body out and gives me something else to think about.
Yeah, that's actually a good. I could say that's a good strategy. Like just keeping your mind occupied with something else. You know what I mean? Because like it's easy, it's real easy, and that's why, bro. Like I commend you, cause for just not allowing that to like just consume you or just change your perspective on life, like overall, because that's basically like a near-death experience.
Yeah.
And not everybody could say that they would come back for something that severe. So so like, would you like, have you ever thought of like becoming like a bodybuilder or joining a contest or just being like a model?
I don't know so much about building. Bodybuilders, they gotta do a whole bunch of like prepping, and they gotta go through like different dietary aspects.
Yeah.
Nitty gritty. In my opinion, the boring work. Whereas powerlifting is something I would probably be more interested into, because at that point, where physique, I don't have to think about how I look or what I have to eat this amount in order to stay this lean, or I have to eat that up. I can just go to the gym, heavy weight, and then so I think powerlifting is something I'm more interested in pursuing than bodybuilding. Bodybuilding would be cool, but I don't know. I'm still pretty young, I feel like, too.
Yeah. I mean, so like, yeah, but like with the powerlifting, I know that I seen them powerlifting guys, they'll get like 600, 700 pounds and try to like deadlift it, and then like so do you say that would you say that you have that kind of strength now, or are you trying to like work your way up to that strength?
Well, in the next, what is it, the 9th? Within the next 2 weeks, I for another PR on deadlift, so I don't know where I'll be at, but this next personal record I shoot for with a deadlift, I'm in the 500-pound club for deadlifts. Because as of right now, I'm only, I think, 60 pounds So, and then it definitely helps get heavier. Like the more mass you have in your own body, the easier it is to pick up more weight. But in my opinion, more impressive the leaner, and like if you don't weigh as much and then you can still lift heavy. It's more based on overall strength. But I don't knock people who are like heavier than me that can lift twice what I can lift, because it's still strength.
Right. So yeah, like going back to that like experience, like what effects do you feel like that had on you, which can be like socially, emotionally, mentally, or just with your routine?
Yeah, I don't think it really disrupt anything. Like I said, I like to bury stuff, so I always use a strong face and never let anyone bother me. Just is. But it didn't really. If anything, added more. So like, because it gave me fitness.
Mm-hmm.
With fitness, you want to take it seriously. You can put in extra work if you want to be better every day. So the experience overall just gave me fitness, and then fitness gave me a plethora of different to worry about. So it didn't really disrupt, take anything away. It was, in my opinion, the best thing that ever could have happened to me.
Really?
Yeah. And it sounds weird when
I applaud you on that, bro. I applaud you on that, because not everybody, bro. You such a unique young man, cousin. Like you're so unique, because a lot of people, they will use that as like an excuse and say like, oh, like, this happened to me, so that's why I'm not at this level, and that's why I can't do this, that's why I can't do that. But your mindset, you saying that like that's pushing me to another level to like better myself and improve myself, like, in my fitness and things like that. So yeah, I really do applaud you on that, bro.
Thank you. I feel like it's just all look at situations. Of course, situation is going to be something easy to walk away from, but I mean, at some point in time, you got to stop. And a lot of people get me saying this, but you got to stop playing the victim card and feeling sorry for yourself, and just be like, it happened. What can I do?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how.
Yeah, that's inspiring, man. Because sometimes I find myself, sometimes I'll play the victim card and stuff, and I'll say like, oh, this happened, so that's why I did this, and I'll try to like justify it and stuff like that, and say because this happened. But like your mindset that you have, saying that like, I won't let myself get down to this level of like being down on myself, but instead I'm gonna come up.
Yeah, you really gotta just put your. I mean, if you don't, you'll stay stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Those goals that you say that you want to get, they'll just keep drifting further and further apart, because you keep finding different excuses on why you're not reaching them. And I think it comes to being an athlete. You're gonna make excuses for why you didn't do good, such and such, or why you didn't do this and that event. And then everyone else is gonna start talking about you, like, oh, well, he's just complaining, he's just doing this. And like, I don't think anybody wants to be looked at the person that doesn't want to put in the work, or the person that just likes to complain, or the person that isn't fully engaged in the practices and stuff like that. For me, it's more of like a motivator. Just put on the this and something bigger than, oh, I feel bad for myself, and for how I felt in that moment. And now I'm gonna take this for the rest of my life, instead of I can take how I felt and then turn it into like a something else, or I could take how I felt and then turn it into start this new habit, finally kick off that or anything of that nature.
Yeah, man, that's dope. That's dope for real. Not the situation that happened to you, but just how you how you rebounded from that. Like that's a dope mindset, and just your motivation and determination to say that I'm gonna use that. Like it's like you go through a situation and it's like, it leaves some stains on you. It's like, and then but you say, no, I'm gonna just take it and I'm gonna just wring out, all the bad. And I would, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, I really don't know what it's related to, but I don't know, like, it's like stubbing your toe. Like, stubbing your toe early in the morning, you'll let that token stuff that early in the morning affect your entire day. Or you go think about it for a little bit, and then you can't let one thing ruin everything for the rest of your life or your entire day for that matter. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, this is pretty much my last question that I have for you, but do you feel the same way after this had happened as opposed to like before it happened? Like, were there any changes in how you felt overall about life, or you just stayed the same?
I did come out with one experience, like one thought or change in heart, I should say. I used to take life for like much as granted, but I used to think, it's gonna play out. If I'm meant to do this, I'm gonna do it, and stuff like that. I don't know. I put too much in the unknown instead of putting matters in my own hand and like actually putting. I was in the beginning for the experience. I had no drive or real motivation to do much of anything. Like, I kind of figured, in my life that I was going to do something cool or great. I was going to get there regardless. Like, I didn't put any effort into much of anything, force those steps. And afterwards, gave me a sense of urgency, a sense of, like, I want to do something great and extraordinary, like, now. Like, I want to, like, I don't know. It's just about it because I look back on my high school self. I look back at my middle school self. I was 8th grade. I remember myself, I'm going to be remembered for something. Like, I just know it. And I guess on the road, I forgot that I said that to myself, and then I got super complacent and lazy with everything I was doing. And it's not like I was putting it, I was just like, it's got. And now I feel like I look back to that middle school version of myself, saying that I'm going to be remembered for something. And now I'm putting in strides to be remembered. Like, I'm making more effort in my fitness to be remembered. I'm making more efforts in, like, every job, interview that's with a bigger company. The whole 9 yards. Like, doors are opening now that the experience happened, and I was able to work that you gotta get. So.
Yeah, like that scripture that says that, like, faith without works is dead. You know what I mean? And I believe that you have faith.
Yeah.
But then you were saying, like, early on, you didn't, like, you had works. Like, I'm not saying that you were lazy because you still did enough, but now, like, you're doing more than enough because of that experience.
I was doing, like, I was doing just enough to get by, and enough to where I knew be above average, but nothing to really separate me from anybody else.
That's really pretty much what life is all about, is just separating yourself, because, and like, this is what I tell myself, like, a lot of times that everybody claims, like, I don't know if you heard it, but everybody claims to be different, but nobody wants to suffer the repercussions of, because people who are different, they don't fit in with the common, man. They don't fit in with other people. So, but yeah, I definitely do commend you for, just using that experience. It's kind of like, it's almost kind of like a rag towel that, like, you put water on, and then, but just think of it as being like dirty water or something like that. So now you got this towel that's dripping. It's just dripping dirty water, but you like wrung it out. You know what I mean? And it made it useful.
Yeah, something. And the next time something back out, and you keep it.
Definitely. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. Anything else that you wanted to add in?
Not that I think of. I think we really covered a lot, actually, more than I thought. Covered a good bit of useful stuff for people to take.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, I'll just say this. Definitely, like, you got all my respect, bro. You got all my respect because, I know most people that, would go through that, they'll be down and out. So you're definitely strong, but not just like physically strong. Yeah, you're physically strong, but also like up here too. So that's a dangerous combination. So yeah, bro. So, but my encouragement for you, bro, is just keep that mindset that you have on you. And just, next time, whenever somebody like tries to come and tell you that, like, oh, like, I don't understand why black people act this way, towards racism or police brutality, just, share with them your experience and say that, like, I almost could have died, but God spared me. So, yeah. So, all right, bro. That looks like that'll be the end of the interview. I appreciate you for joining on, and yeah, till next time. Yep, take care.